Coming up, TIMA Northern Taiwan chapter and Tzu Chi volunteers care for those living in remote areas. We join a storytelling contest held at the Yuli Jing Si Hall as a way to mark the 15th birthday of the Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Recently, members from TIMA Northern Taiwan chapter visited New Taipei City, Shimen area once again for their regular free clinic. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers from Keelung joined their counterparts in New Taipei City, Shuangxi District as a part of bi-monthly care program. Here's more.
Unable to walk due to a nerve disorder, Lan Renyi can move about and care for himself thanks to the electric scooter from Tzu Chi.
It's really thanks to your help that I can leave the house on my own.
真的啊，
就3年都没出。
As Lan needs to head to the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital for a checkup, the visiting Tzu Chi volunteers drive him down the mountain. Ms. Wen lost her husband in March, and her only child was diagnosed with acute kidney disease. She can only remain strong and try to make ends meet by making sky lanterns.
这样子就是7块钱，所以一个差不多，若是重新做一个，差不多要4分钟。15分钟左右。15分钟左右。
Just like sisters, the widow leans on the volunteers for moral support.
你好，你儿子看到你辛苦，他也会更爱你。我们每天祝福你。你有事情，你可以找姐姐。
Sometimes she won't want to tell her friends about her problems because she's afraid that they will laugh at her. When she tells me her worries, I advise her not to be afraid of what others think of you. Love yourself first and take care of yourself. That is what's most important.
立马搞炸，立马搞炸。
TIMA members not only tend to the elderly, but also make sure to make friends with the foreign laborers who are taking care of the elderly. You are very nice to Grandma. Every time you visit, Grandma is very happy to see you, and so I am filled with joy as well.
If we treat the foreign laborers like they are our family, then they will also use the same attitude when taking care of the elderly here in these remote areas.
Every fourth Sunday of the month, the Tzu Chi Thailand hosts a free clinic alongside the chapter house to address the medical needs of community residents. Medical staff at Ban Peo Hospital also set time aside to attend the medical outreach. Let's take a look at the most recent free clinic, which was attended by more than 600 local residents.
Every fourth Sunday of the month, medical staff of Ban Peo Hospital travel 85 kilometers by car to attend the medical outreach hosted by the Tzu Chi Thailand chapter. Among them is Ruwadi Sinkasimsuk, who made a career change after 20 plus years as a public health professional to become a nurse.
Now that I'm a nurse, I'm able to provide better care to my patients so that they can get better. In doing so, I believe I'm also improving their situation at home as well. This is what I expect from myself.
A keen observer, Ruwadi Sinkasimsuk is always one step ahead to tend to the residents' needs.
The sooner they get checked, the sooner they can go home and rest. That's all that matters.
Jerry Pumpit, who has 38 years of nursing experience, came across a woman with extremely high blood pressure and immediately arranged for her to see a doctor.
I did explain to the other patients who were waiting in line that the woman was in need of immediate treatment and that she wasn't actually jumping the queue.
Although medical personnel wore surgical masks throughout the free clinic, their gentle and caring demeanor was felt by all patients present.
To make sure their Indian care recipients may also enjoy the joyous atmosphere of Diwali, Tzu Chi volunteers in Selangor and Pontian of Malaysia held separate celebratory events. Let's take a look.
Supermarket employee Parvarthi is getting a ride from Tzu Chi volunteers after buying some food ingredients.
Sukarelawan pergi ke rumah kakak tolong kan. Pukul berapa nak sampai? Datang pukul 9 lah.
It turns out that Parvarthi is a Tzu Chi care recipient, and she has volunteered to cook to help the Panchen Tzu Chi Liaison Office celebrate Diwali.
Tzu Chi volunteers needed some helping hands, and I'm willing to help out because I love Tzu Chi. I have received help from the volunteers, and I can also contribute.
Parvarthi started receiving aid from Tzu Chi 3 months ago, and before long she's ready to help Tzu Chi volunteers celebrate Diwali with 6 other Indian care recipients. At the celebration, young girls performed traditional dances, and the Indian care recipients also took family portraits in front of lamps and Rangoli. More importantly, the care recipients enjoyed an elaborate banquet.
I am very happy and relaxed today. Tzu Chi volunteers gave us supply packs and prepared lots of good food for us. I ate a lot.
I must come help out again since I heard they like the food I cooked.
As Diwali signifies the victory of hope over despair, the volunteers' efforts have also brought the care recipients joy and harmony.
Never do like that before. This is the first time. So I want to pray by the Tzu Chis.
With lavish Indian cuisine for Pakanathan and his family and friends, Tzu Chi volunteers have helped prepare a Diwali celebration party on his behalf.
It took us 2 months to plan this. We hope the Indian children from the 2 cram schools can also come join the care recipients.
As young and old celebrate the joyous occasion here, Pakanathan no longer feels desolate or lonely on holidays like before.
So now the master I want to see the master. I will very thank you, master. So very, very thank you for master. I will pray for the master. Always I will night and sleep. I will pray the master.
The volunteers also let Pakanathan give out red envelopes to the party attendees, making the joyous celebration even more unforgettable.
In Malaysia, which is a predominantly Muslim country, it is frowned upon and at times forbidden for married Muslim women to take part in social or community gatherings. However, with a strong resolve to help those in need, 3 Indian volunteers have changed their families' mindset through action. Recently, the 3 have returned to Taiwan, where they will soon receive their volunteer certification from Master Zheng Yan.
Indian volunteers Kalasalvi, Kalama, and Miralis can always be seen together at Tzu Chi's events. As the 3 women come from traditional Muslim families, to be able to attend these events was not without its challenges at first.
With my Indian culture as a housewife, it's a time restriction. We cannot simply come out.
Indian culture, once married, if the husband is a very strict, you cannot take in and go out like this. This dress for me is my husband, why you are doing charity, you are going like officer only?
I don't know anything about outside world. So my husband was worried when I go for meetings. So what are you doing?
Overcoming several hurdles, the 3 encourage and support each other on the Tzu Chi path. Besides helping out at their local Tzu Chi recycling station on a weekly basis, they have also reached out to members of the Indian community.
But Master said, not only read, I'm a religious family also. We do prayers in temple, all that. But prayers is different. When you put in action, that realization is something very amazing.
Cherishing their blessings after witnessing the suffering of others, Kalasalvi, Kalama, and Miralis have realized the rewards that come with serving others. Together, they have made it their mission to help their own people.
The love is very important. You give money, sister. One day it's finished. The love is forever. So Master teaching us that.
Their commitment to work for the common good gradually moved their families. Kalasalvi, Kalama, and Morales also promised to walk the Tzu Chi path more diligently in the days to come.
I am waiting to see Master. I think my tears will be following. I think I'll be crying. Even now, when we talk about Master, automatically the tears comes.
I just want to hug. Only can say you changed my life.
I want to say, oh, I need. When I see Master, I'll bow down, I will touch her feet.
As certification is just the beginning of a lifelong commitment, the 3 Indian volunteers aspire to recruit more family and friends to join them in walking the Tzu Chi path.
Next, meet 23-year-old Li Xing from Xiamen, China. When Li was 15, he was forced to leave his home in Liaoning and move to Fujian. Struggling to deal with his parents' breakup, Li often acted out in anger and caused trouble wherever he went. His aggression and rebelliousness backfired when he was seriously injured after being stabbed in a fight and had his leg amputated. Even years following the accident, Li still harbored hatred in his heart. Next, let's learn how Tzu Chi volunteers help this young man come to a turning point in his life.
Celebrating his birthday with his father and Tzu Chi volunteers, Li Xing has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't know what came over me. I even remember I was the one that instigated it. I had too much to drink and just acted out. I was sitting in this chair and I took a box of beer and smashed it to the ground.
When Li Xing was 15, his parents' decision to divorce really hit him hard. Harboring anger and resentment in his heart, Li often caused trouble wherever he went. On one occasion, his rebelliousness backfired when he was seriously injured in a fight and had to have his legs amputated.
You have repented for your mistakes, so from this moment on, you should only think good thoughts.
3-time Paralympics high jump gold medalist Ho Bing arrived to give Li Xing a special gift. Leaving the past behind and turning over a new leaf, Li Xing is ready to begin a new chapter in his life.
As part of celebration of the 15th anniversary of the Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital, a student storytelling competition was held at the local Jing Si Hall with the participation of 4 nearby schools. Putting much effort into the competition, the students all walked away better prepared for future public speaking opportunities.
在船上那么狭小的空间里，一大堆的人要吃饭、睡觉，生活的那么久，是很不容易的。
Wearing her traditional tribal wear, this girl uses hand gestures to tell her story to the audience, while another speaks different languages to help enhance her story.
有人会说：“进来哦，进来哦，来呗哦，人哦。”也有人说：“此镜头换一个妇女。”更有人会说 ：“Three black men change one horse。”
At the storytelling competition held by Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital, some of the participants forgot their lines. Nevertheless, in the eyes of their parents, each child is already a winner for overcoming their fear of public speaking. Before the event began, Superintendent Dr. Zhang Yulin encouraged the participants to overcome their stage fright.
When you're on stage, you might be a little nervous, but really, you needn't be. You are just telling a story. Being able to share your story with others makes one happy.
Yuli Tzu Chi Hospital's storytelling competition not only gave children the opportunity to practice public speaking, it also nurtured their kind thoughts and gratitude.
In his prime back in 2013, Dr. Zhang Junting at Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital was told by his fellow doctor that he only had 3 months to live because of a rare salivary gland cancer. Shocked, the neurosurgeon had a difficult time accepting the fact. Thankfully, his parents were there for him. Let's take a look at how this experience has changed Dr. Zhang completely.
At that moment, when my classmate told me that I only had 3 months to live, my mind just went blank. Afterwards, all I could think about was how I was going to die. I was worried that when the day comes, I would have no idea what kind of shape I'd be in.
As Dr. Jiang Junting recalls the day he discovered he had cancer, he said death never felt so close. The 41-year-old neurosurgeon of Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital was just about to have the time of his life.
Before I did stay up all night partying till dawn, but during those times, I was afraid to go to sleep, as I wasn't sure if I did see daylight again.
With his mom and dad's loving support, Dr. Jiang endured 3 chemotherapies and 36 radiation therapies. Now working again back at the hospital as the director of ICU, he will battle illness along with his patients.
Grandma, just do your best, all right? We will see about getting the breathing tube removed. Keep it up, Mr. Chen. Are you feeling sleepy? Sometimes patients are conscious, so I wave to them or shake their hands. Some of the patients are in a critical state, and there's not much modern medicine can do for them. The only thing I can do is to keep them company.
从现在开始，每天都平平安安。谢谢，谢谢。看到江医生回来，我非常的感动。
I am truly touched and surprised to see Dr. Jiang back working again. I hope he knows to cherish his health now and devotes himself to do more for people that matter to him.
他认为需要的人做更多的事情。
我跟其他人不一样的是，我第二辈子我不用再喝孟婆。
Dr. Jiang now happily shares his battle with cancer to encourage other cancer patients to seize the moment.
I know that every additional day I get to live is a sacred gift. I told myself this is how I'm going to live my second chance. I will no longer wait for tomorrow. I'm alive now, so I can make a difference right now.
Traveling to Banqiao, New Taipei City, we take a look at how Tzu Chi volunteers reach out to a needy family by helping them clear out broken items and provided them with second-hand furniture.
Tzu Chi volunteers are delivering the 2 recycled chairs to a family in need in Banqiao. However, they first have to remove a broken sofa out of the house, which is no easy task. In addition, they also have to lift a broken washing machine down the stairs. Inside the home lives a visually impaired octogenarian with her 2 sons. However, as her eldest son is injured in the knees, he cannot do any heavy lifting. The volunteers mobilize upon notification from the local Social Affairs Bureau.
The
mother is not well either. She often falls in the bedroom and suffers scoliosis. She says she has sciatica and her back hurts. That's why we mobilized some volunteers to help clean up her house today.
When everything was done, the volunteers then have the mother refamiliarize herself with her new home.
来，换新的椅啊咯，吼！新的桌啊哈，新的桌啊，这会使摕吼，会使摕哦。
What's more, the old furniture is sold, with the proceeds delivered to the old woman, ending today's work on a perfect note.
National Tainan Junior College of Nursing student Guo Yuxing comes from a single-parent family in Pingdong, Taiwan. When Guo was in the 7th grade, her mother was admitted into a nursing home due to mental illness. Although having to deal with her mother's health problem and her family's financial situation, Guo still remains strong and studious. Helping out with household chores is something that Guo Yuxing does on a regular basis. Guo says there is another reason why she wants to help out.
Sometimes my mom and I help my aunt sort out vegetables or cook. By doing so, I hope my mother can regain agility like before. I feel bad for my mother because she suffers from mental illness, so she couldn't live with us for a while. Instead of thinking of my mother's illness as a flaw, I have learned to think of it as something special.
In fact, Yu Xing's mother was recently discharged from the nursing home. Due to her mother's mental illness, Yu Xing had to move from Pingdong to her aunt's house while her mother was admitted into a nursing home for treatment.
2年的时间。
For the past 2 years, Yu Xing has set the record for the most scholarships earned by an individual student at Gaotai Junior High School.
Despite her family's financial situation, Yu Xing still remains firm in her decision to strive for good grades. Now a nursing student, Yu Xing hopes to one day serve those living in remote areas.
可以到非洲那种比较难民的地方去做义护。
I want to volunteer in places such as Africa or countries that have a lot of refugees so that I can pass on basic health knowledge and care to them. I hope to accomplish this dream before I'm 40 years old.
Keeping this goal close to her heart, Guo Yuxing will continue to work hard in school so that one day she can provide a better future for her family and help those in greater need. Staying in Taiwan, we take a look at how the Taiwan Fund for Children and Families helped 23-year-old Xie Wenzhan, who comes from a financially disadvantaged family, reach his dream of becoming a national cyclist. Here's more.
This short film tells the story of a student who fell in love with cycling and one day dreamed of becoming a national champion, only to have it shattered by the harshness of reality. Did this boy's dream ever come true? 10 years of hard work finally paid off for 23-year-old Xie Wenzhan. Standing next to his bike, exuding confidence, even though Wenzhan previously spent a month in hospital due to a training injury, he says he does not regret the path he has chosen.
I was in hospital for a month. I had injuries all over my arms and legs. They're all scars now.
Joining the cycling club back in junior high and later representing the country in international tournaments, the entire journey has been a bumpy ride for Wenzhan. The family's financial situation has also been weighing on his mind all these years.
My neighbors wondered how I was going to make it through all this. My husband took off because we couldn't settle the debt.
When the family went into bankruptcy, Wenzhan's mother was left to raise 4 children on her own, in addition to looking after her in-laws, with the minimum wage she makes working at a noodle stand.
It takes courage and perseverance. Without perseverance, I'd probably have given up halfway. And without the courage to try, there would have been no beginning.
With the help of the Taiwan Fund for Children and Families, it has lifted the financial burden off Wenzhan's mom's shoulders. And as for Wenzhan, he was finally able to see his dream come to fruition.
Due to the ongoing smog problem in Indonesia caused by the illegal slash and burn farming methods, the air quality in the country continues to worsen. To prevent residents from respiratory distress, TIMA members in the country organized a free clinic and handed out 5,000 surgical masks. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.